guys, Film Crazy Adam here. Happy New Year. Welcome to 2015, where we have dehydrated pizzas that can be rehydrated in a second and a half. You can get power from our Mr. Fusion, which only runs off of empty soda bottles and eggshells. And of course, the ever-popular hoverboards. Or not. And God bless all of you who get that reference without needing to look it up on Wikipedia or Google. And I don't know which is better still, the Weather Service or the Postal Service. Again, reference. So, Happy New Year again, and I hope that everyone had a good one. I hope you all aren't too drunk, and everyone got home safely. What a year we just had, didn't we? 2014. You know, that was a turning point for a lot of people, at least personally that I know, including myself. And I hope it was a turning point for everyone out there, but in a good way. I hope everyone had a better 2014 than I did, and I hope we all have a better 2015 than that. I'm doing this kind of a year-end review and update to kind of touch on a couple things and answer a few questions. I don't know if any of you have had these questions, but I'm going to run on the assumption that at some point you may have entertained the question that why isn't as much being put out by Film Crazy Adam as before? You know, I'm kind of embarrassed. No, I'm very embarrassed and disappointed when I look at my channel and see that I only have like 4 or 5 episodes of I Heard That Movie Sucks, and I've only got like 7 episodes of Life with Ponies. I'm my own biggest critic and my own worst enemy when it comes to that. And I know that a lot of you are here just because of Life with Ponies, and I can never be more great. I can never stop being grateful for all of you who watch that stuff and get a kick out of it. I'm glad. I really am glad that you guys like it. But I want to answer the questions like why this year. There's a lot of times, and I hate myself for it, for saying like, oh yeah, this will be out next week. 2 of these will be out next week. Oh, don't worry, that'll be posted at the end of the weekend. And not for lack of wanting or even trying, but really it's life got in the way. And that's my excuse, is life got in the way. But life life is my job, a little bit family related, and primarily in the last month and a half, but overall internet related too. So let me talk about that, and then I'll kind of talk about where I'm planning to go with everything in 2015. So we're going to review 2014 really quick, and there's everyone out there, or many of you know that I'm a truck driver, and so my office is my truck. Now, for the first 3/4 of this year, it was also my home. Now, I got my license back in Cali at a school, at a company. Sorry, I started working at a company. I went to their school out in Cali, got my license after a little under a month, and I had 2 options with them after I got my license. I could walk away and do whatever at that point, but I had to pay them $3,000. And since I didn't have $3,000, hence why I started the job with them, I, of course, didn't take that option. Option number 2 was I had to stay with them for a minimum of 9 months to the day, and after which I could walk away, don't owe them a dime, bing, bang, boom. Like I said, didn't have $3,000, so I took option 2, which was sign on with them for a year. At the beginning of 2014, I had moved, or actually at the end of 2013, I had just moved back home, and I started a regional run with this company that primarily was delivering in Pennsylvania, but also parts of New York State and Virginia State and New Jersey. So you can kind of draw a circle about where I was. Now, I was home more or less every weekend with that. Unfortunately, being winter, you're limited by certain things like road speed. So sometimes I would get home on Saturday instead of Friday, but I always started at like 5, 6 a.m. on Monday. So here's the thing, though. It's the little things in life, and it really is. When you think about it, things that most people do on their way home from work, or they do it after work, and so on the weekend, their weekends are free, or they only have one big project, or like one or two little things they need to do on the weekend. Things that you can, but for me, I only got home on the weekends, and so I had a million things to do, like things like I need to pick up milk at the grocery store. I need to hit the ATM. I need to pick up a money order. I need to pick up my prescription. Oh, I need a new pair of work boots. It's getting cold. I should pick up a jacket somewhere. Oh, I'm going to. I need to schedule an appointment. I need to go to that appointment. My engine needs oil needs changing, so I need to take my car into the shop. All these things, many of which that you could do on your way home from work, so it's done. All of that adds up really quick if you don't do those, or at the very least they add up over time. So at the end of a week, I come home and I now have like 18 things to do, which most people on a weekend, they have like 5, maybe 6 things to do for the most part. I now have like 18 or 20 things to do because I can't get any of it done on the road. Some things, even super, super simple things, not even like running errands, but like, making lunch for the next day. Like, I got to make lunch for like 5 days, going online to pay bills or do research, or maybe that's how you get your news. So you're reading news articles, you're going to the Facey Space, you're answering questions and posting stuff for your fans on YouTube. All those things I only had 2 days to do. I had a weekend to do those things. And so, and all of that, plus going to see movies to do reviews, writing scripts, catching up on TV shows and whatnot, pulling audio, mixing it. I said writing scripts. Setting up shots. Working with my family and friends here so that I'm not being too much of an inconvenience, asking them to be quiet while I'm filming. I need to use the kitchen for this shot, and like I'm in there for like 2 hours. So all of that, I just didn't have a lot of time during the first 3 months of the year. So, and I also wasn't happy, and I also had a pretty broken ass truck. My bunk heater didn't work. My sleeper trucks have a heater underneath the bunk in the back, so that you can operate without actually needing to run the engine of the truck. I think I mentioned it in my truck tour video, but for those of you who haven't seen it, it's illegal in a lot of places to run a diesel engine all night. Usually, like, they don't want you running it for more than half an hour for noise and probably pollution reasons. But, I can't. What do you expect me to freeze to death, or during the summer, like, roast alive? No. At truck stops, primarily, they make the exceptions. But it's also more efficient to use a bunk heater during the winter because it only uses, like, all night, it only uses, like, a gallon of diesel, as opposed to, I think, like, when you run the engine, just idling it, like, uses a gallon an hour. But anyway, it was a broken-ass truck, and I hate driving in Pennsylvania. I'm sorry for anyone who lives there. I hate driving that truck or car, but primarily truck, because it's a very mountainous state, so you're doing a lot of up and down and left and right at the same time. Like, you're going up a hill, but you have to curve down the hill, so you're going up and down at the same time on icy roads in the winter. Awesome! Ugh. Bit stressful. No accidents, though. Proud of that. So, I then started over the road at the end of February, beginning of March. I started over the road. As many of you, again, are probably aware, because I did some videos where here I am in Texas, in Lubbock. I'm meeting my brother. We're going to see X-Men. Oh, here I am in Fort Worth. I'm going to see Spider-Man, or I'm doing like reviews or updates here, and here. And you know what? I'm glad I did that. I got a nicer truck, because over-the-road fleet is much bigger, and so that I have more options as opposed to these like 10 trucks that we had on this crappy little contract. But I got home even less. In 3 months I got home twice. And again, it was, all right, what am I going to do during these 4 days that I'm home? Am I going to catch up on movies? Am I going to do downloads? Am I going to write this script? Am I going to film this? So again, it came down to time. After that, I switched companies. I finished my 9 months contract with them. I got to a company, and again, I was doing something regional, basically from central Jersey to eastern Pennsylvania, all the way up to Portland, Maine, and basically just driving back and forth, through Connecticut and Massachusetts to Maine, and then back to Pennsylvania. And I was home on, I can't call it a weekend. I would get home at like 9, 10 p.m. on Friday night, sometime Saturday morning, and they would only they only wanted me to do a 34-hour reset. I'm not going to get into all that, but basically, to reset my driving hours to full, I have to be off the road for 34 hours straight. And so that's all my company was allowing me at the time. So I would be home, like I said, Friday night at 10 p.m. And so I'd have Friday night, what's left of it, all of Saturday, and then I had to be on the road at 10 a.m. on Sunday. So I had even less time than back in the winter. I had a day a week. So all those little things, now, I have even less time to do all those things. But starting in September, I got the job. I started working at the company that I'm working at right now. This company I'm really happy with. I'm getting paid very well. I'm being treated really nice. And after a month or two of trying to figure out, where I'd be most useful, best suited at, I am now on this contract that runs me from central Jersey all the way up to about less than an hour from the Canadian border, town called Ticonderoga, New York. Drive all the way there, and then I turn around and come back. And it's the exact same thing every day, the same location every single day. And so there's no surprises. I can basically do this in my sleep, and I listen to my books on tape, and I don't even have to worry about it. And I'm basically on one road all morning. I started on Interstate I-278. No, I'm I-287 in New Jersey, and when it crosses into New York, it becomes I-87, also known as the Thruway. And then once you get past Albany, it's known as the Northway. But I'm on the same stretch of road for like 275 miles every day. And that's just one way. I do about 600 miles a day. Now, the sleep schedule I have right now is I have to wake up at 3 a.m. in the morning so that I'm on the road no later than 4 a.m. because 287 becomes a parking lot during morning and evening rush hour. So by getting on the road at 4 a.m., I avoid that, and also I avoid the rush hour on the way back. And unfortunately, that's the only way I can. This contract is, like I said, very stable, no surprises. I don't have to worry about where I'm going. I don't have to call them ahead and find out where the entrance is, and I don't have to wait. I get up there. They load the trailer the night before. I bring up an empty trailer, leave it there, pick up a loaded one, come back. Anyway, because of the regularity and the structure of this, I can now actually get out my spreadsheet and actually schedules. I can actually schedule stuff right now. So this coming year, 2015, because they're not taking me off this contract anytime soon, and I don't want them to. Like I said, the wake up time's a little rough, and the distance is a little it takes up. Believe it or not, it's actually a little fatiguing driving 600 miles a day, but yeah, it's a lot more structured now. I can actually start scheduling stuff out. So this coming year, I plan to do. I'm going to be able to get a lot more done. That's not an empty promise. Now that I know that I'm going to be home every night, that I have weekends off, that I know when I get home, when I need to be on the road, and I can actually look ahead on my calendar and actually say I know what I'm doing this weekend. I couldn't do that before. Anyway, so that I plan to do a lot more this year. Now that I have the time and the stability to do it. So look forward to new stuff. Hold on, I'm going down a list because there's a few other things I want to mention real quick. But, oh right, internet. So, while being on the road, there's not much chance of internet unless you pay for it at a truck stop, and even then it's really slow because you're usually sharing with 100 to 200 other truckers, all pulling from the same internet connection. But now that I'm home every night, unfortunately, I did run into a problem. In the last month and a half or so, my internet provider, I think, is kind of giving me the shaft a bit because I download and upload a ton of stuff. Recently, I've been downloading books on tape, that's I listen to a lot of books, not as much music, but a lot of books on tape and a few podcasts. So, but my internet service, like, even though I have unlimited data from them, they've like shafted me, and they like cut my internet and kind of like screwed up the speed a little bit. And they're like, well, that flat rate that you're paying us for unlimited data, well, you have to pay more because it's not really unlimited. So I got a new company. Screw that other company and their stupid rules, and not rules, but they're stupid, making me pay more for. I've been trying to for the last month and a half, almost 2 months. I've been working on X-Men Last Stand as per request by somebody from like last September. Okay, I'm sorry. It's right now. I'm suddenly all disappointed in myself again because I've been working on this review that somebody asked for a year ago, but I've been working on it for 2 months. But the problem being is that the reason why not a lot of episodes of Life with Ponies or episodes of I Heard That Movie Sucks hasn't been up is because I need internet to upload my stuff, and I'm also like pulling audio and I'm streaming. I gotta find like sound effects, and I gotta pull clips that I put into I Heard That Movie Sucks. So I've been running into this problem where I started an upload or a download, I go to work, I come back, and it's not done because at some point the internet connection was disrupted, and so it cuts out, and that screws up the entire upload or download. So I'm trying to pull clips, or I'm trying to stream movies, or I'm trying to stream this, that, or the other thing, and I'm getting nothing. I come home every day and nothing is done. So I had to stop production on that because I couldn't get the clips I needed. I couldn't get the additional stuff, and of course I couldn't post stuff like that episode with Rarity, the new desk episode of Life with Ponies. That was on a. The stars and the moon must have been in perfect alignment because I don't know how I got that. That took me about 6 days to upload, believe it or not. But that's fixed too. It's taken me a month and a half to do it just because between holidays and family and it's the holiday season. Things get crazy for everybody. A lot of meals were cooked. A lot of cookies have been cooked. A lot of just meeting up with family members and spending an entire day at somebody's house, so I couldn't film that day. But holiday season is over. Internet connection is back, and I have a stable schedule now. So things are going to start rolling out. That being said, I am going to take about a month to really get things in order, iron things out, and so you're not going to see much beyond this update and another episode and the season finale of Life with Ponies. Though I do have another episode in the next week or so. I'm going to have the season finale of Life with Ponies, plus I'm going to have another episode, one that a lot of people have asked about, and up until now I haven't been able to do anything about, and that is the episode that comes before a new pet for Dashie. It is the fabled lost first episode of Life with Ponies, and there were some technical difficulties why that episode never got posted. And I'll tell you what those are, is that episode was filmed in 3 parts over a weekend that I was living in California at the time. I flew home for my birthday, and I decided to start episodes of Life with Ponies that weekend. And so I filmed part of the episode in the evening in New Jersey, part of it in the day in New Jersey, and then part of it in the day in California. The evening shot in New Jersey was the day before I had to go back to Cali. After filming, I offloaded all the footage onto my computer and then cleared out the memory on my camera so that I don't run out of memory while filming. And the next morning, I filmed the day shot in New Jersey before leaving for California. And upon arriving in California, I then, the next morning after waking up, after coming back from Cali, I cleared off the memory on my camera, started filming the California location, and then I went to look at and then I offloaded that footage onto my computer, and then I started looking for the footage and realized that I never moved the daytime New Jersey footage onto my computer before clearing out before clearing out the memory, because, like I said, I filmed it and then immediately threw my camera in my bag and had to go to the airport. I didn't even know I was going to be able to get it all filmed that morning. And then in the end, it didn't matter because I was an idiot and I didn't offload it before clearing out my camera. However, I've adapted it slightly and reworked some things, but it's still, all you need to know is, like, the episode this is episode 1 of Life with Ponies, so that's going to get out as a special extra one for this season, and you guys can kind of see how I wanted this series to begin. Let's see. Schedule. You know, another thing that I've been able to help, and I'm still trying to figure this out, I'm filming this on a new camera, and I have a new computer, one that can actually, I haven't been able to do anything in HD because the computer I had was an 8-year-old computer, and so it really couldn't handle processing HD footage or exporting it. But I now have a newer, better camera, and I'm going to be able to, and I have a newer, better computer. So once I figure it out, you'll see it all in HD as well. Let's see. You know, I plan to do I have some big plans for Season 3 of Episode of Life with Ponies, and it's a little early now, but I plan to do a really big project, which at some point may be sent to a pony convention. More about that as time passes. Probably closer to, like, summer, I'll be able to talk more about that, because I'll have more of an idea about it. Let's see, what else? I'm also working on, and this is something I've been working on since last spring, it's a musical project featuring Twilight. To simplify it, it's a pony music, it's a PMV, but it's different than your standard PMV, if that doesn't make sense, but you'll understand when you see it. Though I'm not sure about it, like, the way I'm editing it, it's gonna be interesting. I hope you like it. Let's see. So I guess that's the main stuff. Is that last year I didn't have a lot of time because of my job and internet problems, and you know, sometimes I had to sacrifice some filming days to spend time with my family. Though I love those guys and girls, so it wasn't. I'd always be like, I want to film some Life with Ponies, but I haven't seen him in a while, and she does make some good lasagna. What you gonna do? You know, friends, family. What you gonna do? So this year coming up, I'm not gonna call my shots unless I know I can deliver them. When it comes to episodes of this, that, and the other thing, Life with Ponies. I heard that movie sucks. I'm looking forward to this year. I think it's going to be better than last year, if for nothing else, just the stability of my work schedule and my money coming in. So I'll leave it at that. Oh no, I'm looking forward to the movies that are coming out next year. I think next year is going to be a pretty big blockbuster movie season. We've got the reboot of Terminator. We've got Star Wars Episode 7. We've got Avengers 2. We've got Jurassic World. You know, next year looks kind of interesting. It looks like a big year for movies. We'll see. But anyway, I'm going to get going now. Like I said, Happy New Year. Merry Christmas to all you who celebrate that. Happy Hanukkah to all who celebrate that. Happy holidays for all those who I can't remember, and I'm sorry about that. I wish everyone happiness, less stress, good fortune, and prosperity, and happiness. And now I'm babbling. I hope to be able to entertain you guys as much as you guys want out of me. Anyway, so like I said, for the month of January and maybe part of February, no later than Valentine's Day. But I'm gonna be working on a lot of stuff so that I can start putting stuff out regularly, and there's no more of this waiting. There's not going to be a whole lot put out for me for the month of January, other than I will get those 2 episodes of Life with Ponies, season finale, and episode 1. I'm going to get finished this episode of I Heard That Movie Sucks with X-Men Last Stand, and it's going to be like a week or so until I get my best of and worst of list out, just because that's another thing I've fallen behind on because of no internet or not being home. I've still got about 22 movies to watch this year before I don't want to just watch like 30 movies and say, okay, here are the best 10 movies here and 10 movies there. That's not a big enough pool. I watch a lot of movies, and there's like 22 other movies I need to watch, so it's going to take me about a week or so to finish to watch those. So, yeah. I'm going to alright, that's it. I'm signing off now. I got stuff to do. I'm actually about to go see The Hobbit with Otaku J. So that Went to the Movies review, will be up tomorrow. Anyway, I'm Film Crazy Adam. I wish you all the best. Thanks for watching. Laters.